Well, welcome. I'm Caleb Mitchell. He's Landon Raby. This is More Important Issues, a little bit different. We're just doing a little short video to talk about big time news, commitment. Well, actually, big news, but also just a lot of more news than we thought. When we originally scheduled this, we thought we would just be talking about the commitment from five-star outside linebacker, number one outside linebacker, Terrence Lewis. Also talking about a running back, the number one JUCO running back. He's a three-star out of Hutchinson Community College. How you feeling? I mean, we got to feel good about this. The recruits just keep rolling in.
I mean, can you imagine being anything else than a Tennessee Vol fan right now?
Yeah, it must be pretty boring to not watch people commit to your school. I'm sorry.
Couldn't be me.
Could not be me. I'm a Vol. Thank God I'm a Vol. What did Terrence Lewis's tweet say? Need to get that pulled up. Roll with us or get rolled over. And that seems to be Pruitt's mantra. We're about to talk about both of these guys. They run as hard as they can at both of their positions, downhill hard.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and I think Jeremy Pruitt's. You mentioned Jeremy Pruitt's mantra. It's if you don't like it, get the heck out of here. I mean, that's kind of how he's been since he's taken this job. He's not taking any bullcrap from anybody, and he's bringing in the top talent in the country.
and this linebacking group, I mean, you talk about this cycle, the previous cycle, I guess now in the 2020 cycle, you bring in a lot of linebackers, so you're not only adding talent, you're also adding depth. And then in the 21 class, during this social distancing period where they haven't been out on the road recruiting, they haven't been going through spring practice, they continue to add to just this absolutely stout linebacking group. I'd say Brian Niedermeyer is going to be happy about his position group change.
Oh yeah, I mean, just when's the last time Tennessee had that kind of talent at linebacker? It had to be. And I mean, I wouldn't. I'd put this group probably ahead of that, and that's probably with Kurt Magid and AJ Johnson. Back there. It was the last time we had just a ton of talent at the linebacker.
Right, and when you look at those groups, what potentially could be different for this group in 21 when they get here on campus is a ton of depth, because that's something that there wasn't the starters in that group. You mentioned Kurt Magid, AJ Johnson. I guess there was 1 year with Jalen Reeves-Maben, but a lot of great pass rushers and great linebackers, but not a ton of depth. Not a lot of them.
Yeah, and this Terrence Lewis would be the first five-star outside linebacker that Tennessee's had in a class since Kevin Simon back in 2001.
Wow.
So long time coming for Tennessee
Yep.
to lock down a big time commitment at that position.
I need to find the tweet. I'll retweet it if I can. But I think he'll be the highest rated linebacker ever to commit to Tennessee since 247's been grading.
Wow.
So this is a phenomenal athlete. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. If you haven't watched his highlights, make sure you look those up. Just dominates kids. Dominates them.
Yeah, he's had over 200 tackles in the last two seasons, and 25 sacks in those two seasons. I think 50 tackles for loss, and he's a winner. He won a state title back at last year with Miami Northwestern. He'll be at Chaminade this year. But last year won a state title, one of the best Florida teams in 5A. So there goes Pruitt again. Getting guys that have won at the high school level, and he's just getting winners in this program.
Yeah, that's kind of what they continue to do. You talk about that when we talk about mantras, not just for this class, but mantras for how Pruitt recruits. If you look at all the recruits he's gotten at different positions and different styles of play, the one common theme is they're winners. They have high school state championships. They win ball games. That's not saying everyone on the roster has one, but a lot of them do.
Yep.
A lot of them
Big
do.
time commit. Let's talk about Tiyon Evans real quick. 3-star running back out of Hutchinson Community College, is the number one JUCO running back in the country right now. And I don't think really the rankings have really come out for JUCO guys, so he'll probably be a high 4-star once those rankings actually come out, because he's listed as a number 3 JUCO player in the country right now. But he was a South Carolina lean. I think South Carolina told him to go to the junior college ranks, and I heard that they actually saved a spot for him in the 2021 class, and now he's going to Tennessee.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. So he's been a ton of crystal balls. I think maybe one for Tennessee, but several for South Carolina. And then not only does he commit on a day that we knew we were waiting on a Terrence Lewis commitment at 3 p.m., but, I mean, right in the middle of all of this, the guys clearly communicating and deciding when to commit. So just a big surprise there. You mentioned how he was, I think, the number 3 JUCO player. I think he was the number 1 back. Is that correct?
Yeah, number 1 running back, yeah.
And I'm looking up his highlights, and he also won. I don't know if he played the full season, but I played quite a bit of quarterback in high school too.
Oh wow!
So a versatile player.
He's 5'9", 225. That's a guy somebody just doesn't like. We just don't have that on the roster currently. So getting a bruiser like that, a guy that can just bulldoze his way and run through people is something that Tennessee definitely needs to kind of run back.
Yeah. Do you know his 40 time? Do you know what it is?
Oh, I don't. No.
I don't know if you've gotten to watch his highlights from Hutchinson, but he's not a slow guy either. He actually has a kickoff, maybe 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in his highlight tape from Hutchinson this past year. So,
wow.
Yeah, not a slow guy by any means.
225, and we barely had offensive linemen like that 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad.
I mean, our offensive, like Jameer Johnson came in at like 250, and now we're getting running backs that big. The times are definitely changing.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. So we're blessed to go through this 90. If you're not keeping up with our weekly podcast, make sure you check those out. But right now we're going through our 98 rewatch, and the theme every game is this Tennessee team is going to be more physical than you, and this Tennessee team is going to be faster than you. That's doing the little things and doing the basics correct, and I think we get back to winning more football games than we have the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Pruitt did his 98 rewatch already, and that's kind of what he's wanting to do here.
He's been an inspired fella. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something else I was going to mention about this recruiting class, because we actually were texting about it this morning, and I think we try to emphasize it, especially right now when you're trying to stay calm, especially because you don't even know what's going to be happening in the world come October, but trying to keep ourselves and everybody else a little grounded as I don't think they've updated it, but we think we're at least jumping to number 4 in the team rankings, potentially number 3, maybe sneak into that number 2 spot. Yeah, recruiting rankings don't mean everything in the world, but they translate, they correlate. Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Florida, Notre Dame, Georgia, all those teams that are there, LSU, the teams that are there in those recruiting rankings every year are also in the top 10, top 15 every single year.
Yep, competing to get into the college football playoff year in and year out, and that's what you got to do. I mean, Former said it best. It's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmies and Joes. It's about the talent you bring in.
Yeah,
and we're finally getting to that point.
Yeah, you got to get them on campus first before you can even coach them hard. So getting that talent here, that's what Jeremy Pruitt and the staff are committed to doing. They have not shied away from recruiting. And it's not like they've done phenomenal in their last 2 years, number 21, and then they finished strong at 19 with the number 13 class. But sneaking into the top 10 in 2020 and then potentially looking at a top 5 class when it's all said and done in 21, you've definitely turned the tide and kind of started getting everything going in the right direction for this program. And it might be rocky, but they're trying to bring the boat in.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it translates on the field. That's what we're waiting for. That's the next step, right?
That's all we need.
Yep.
We need some wins.
Yep. Win, baby, win.
Win. Before we hop off here, make sure you check us out on Twitter at More Important Issues, Facebook More Important Issues. Make sure you check out Volunteer Roadshow as well. Like, subscribe, retweet, and we'll be back on Sunday talking about the Arkansas game, 1998.
Yeah, the fumble, the Billy Ratliff fumble.
Billy Ratliff, shout out to he's a host on the Volunteer Roadshow. Gets the fumble of destiny.
Yeah.
The only way
You got to
they kept
get a
us
little
off.
bit of luck on your hands. That's what it is. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'd love to jump North Carolina. I know that you hate that, but I would love to sneak past North Carolina in those stupid
Hey,
4
that's fine
stars
with
in the
me.
recruiting ranking.
I'm sure they're going to lose some of those once everything opens back up.
Oh, you think so? You like them to lose a few? Okay.
Yeah, I just think you're not going to be able to keep all that talent inside when guys are able to visit elsewhere.
Right.
That's just my opinion, but yeah.
Any to Tennessee potentially? Is there anybody to keep an eye out for there?
I don't know about any of their recruits. I know Javari Ritzy is one Tennessee would love to have, but he's not actually committed to North Carolina. His teammate is Renaya Dilworth. That's Tennessee would probably like to get in that one as well. So those are two guys. Maybe North Carolina lean and one that's committed that Tennessee would definitely try to sway to Knoxville.
Good deal. Keep an eye out for those guys as recruiting maybe ramps up for the Vols. We are now at our 5th commitment. No, past that 6th, 7th, 8th commitment now. Is that right?
No, we're at 14.
Well, 8th since social distancing and all this.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know if Tiyon Evans was a part of that hat trick, but or continued efforts to hat trick. So you might be looking at some more.
We said we needed a couple more hat tricks in there. I think we're one away from another one, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting close. We're getting close, I think. So it's looking nice. I'm enjoying this. It's making staying at home a little bit better. Guys, we appreciate you hopping on. Potentially getting Tiyon Evans on here in the next couple episodes. So make sure you keep an eye out for that as well.
Yep. And we're bringing the boat in, and we out.